Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. If you're like me, and by the way, still raining and storming in the Atlanta area, but it is calming down. I'm recording this on the same day as the last couple of episodes here. If you're anything like me, then you are fascinated not just by the Star Wars films themselves, but by some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, especially the thought process that goes into sort of the philosophy behind them and the deeper ideas you can discuss when watching the Star Wars films. And one of the things that got me into, and it got a lot of people into, was looking at the works of Joseph Campbell. And that, of course, led to the Great Power of Myth documentary from, I guess, PBS that Bill Moyers did. The interview with Joseph Campbell. It's sort of a classic out there. I actually have a copy of that on DVD in my collection. We've looked at it on the show before. But there was sort of a spin-off concept of that where Bill Moyers sat down to have a conversation with George Lucas specifically about mythology in the Star Wars films and the archetypes involved. And previously we looked at this, which is the DVD release of that program, which comes from, Films for the Humanities and Sciences. I bought this, I think, off the PBS website. I mentioned it in that episode. It's been a very, very long time. But this is a DVD version of that special where Bill Moyers interviews George Lucas talking about Star Wars, called The Mythology of Star Wars with George Lucas and Bill Moyers, which you could have gotten back in 2004. Okay, great timing right around the time of that first DVD set of the original trilogy, right? But this was not the only time this was released. It has at least VHS releases to go with it, and at least 2 of those releases, and that's what we're looking at this time. One of which entered my collection thanks to the generosity of Matt Fry, the other of which came into my collection because it was spotted on eBay by Matthew Hardesty. So a couple of Matts here helping us with this episode. So we're going to start with the one that actually came from Matt Fry. It is the one that most closely resembles that DVD release. That is this. Okay. This is from the year 2000, so 4 years prior to this, but in similar packaging design. We have Bill Moyers and George Lucas, The Mythology of Star Wars, with George Lucas and Bill Moyers. On the side, we have the title there with Lucas's face, just taken from the cover, from between the main title and the with the 2 guys there. Other side, same thing, and both have a product number at the very bottom. The barcode is actually on the top, and then the back gives you a breakdown. It says The Mythology of Star Wars with George Lucas and Bill Moyers, talks about it, gives a quick bit of legalese. Both of them are made up words, right? Then we have, this program is sold for home use only. All of the uses are expressly forbidden. For information about other programs and so on, here's some phone number. Copyright notice kind of thing there. Package copyright 2000. FFH Films for the Humanities and Sciences home video. Their address and all. And then you've got a sticker there that sort of denotes it for, I guess, library purposes. And I'm wondering if they were sold with this particular type of sticker on them, perhaps. There's a space for a sticker at the bottom of the DVD, but because what we're going to see here from the previous year is going to look similar as well as far as stickers go, and these came from 2 different sources. The actual cassette just has the regular, it's got like an FBI warning type thing. It's just a regular warning, a copyright warning with no FBI symbol on it or anything. And then it's just the same special you could have gotten on DVD eventually. But then here's the cassette. Okay. It's very basic as far as it goes. It's one of those ones that has less tape in it. I guess a 60-minute cassette here. A T60. So we have The Mythology of Star Wars, no with anything, product number and copyright, and that's really all that's there. And then in this case, the spine has some text there. It says, looks like product number-ish thing. Yeah, product number-ish thing. VHS, UNF, Mythology of Star, 1307, etc. there. Okay? Not sure what the 1307 is in relation to, given that this was from 2000, unless maybe, this is when it was removed from a collection or added to a collection or something. But the key thing is, it is a very no-frills release in terms of what's actually on it and in terms of the labeling, and this is going to appear fancy compared to the one that came out the year before. That one came from Matt Fry. This one was something Matthew Hardesty spotted on eBay recently. This was an earlier release. This is in 1999, which means it presumably is around the time that Lucas is actually doing the interview itself. So this should be, my guess, the first VHS release of the special, and the other was a reissue here. So we have the Mythology of Star Wars. Notice that the logos being very different, the style of it very different, but still from the same company here. So the Mythology of Star Wars with George Lucas and Bill Moyers. Down here in the corner, it's got the logo. It says Films for the Humanities and Sciences, FFH 9102. Okay. And then spine. Again, taking Lucas from the cover, but then having the whole title run without splitting the title with a logo and a product number down there on the bottom. And then the back, title again, more about it, who the photo credit goes to. Visit our website at www.films.com. Not sure if that's still a thing, but that was the website at the time, I guess. For more information on other programs, copyright notice, kind of the same stuff as on the other one, but then another of those stickers down here. But this one actually is a former library copy. So another sticker says Mythology of Star Wars, W/Bill, like B-I-L, Bill. Okay? And then if you thought the labeling on the other one was pretty weak, not much to it. Not sure what used to be here. It says Star Wars W. Bill. I'm assuming Mythology of Star Wars with Bill, just as all that was on there. But then there's your label, such as it is. It looks like it just said Star Wars, and a Film for the Humanities and Sciences here, and then has a library stamp on here. I'm assuming the library didn't recreate the label, but they very well could have if they had labels that had Films for the Humanities and Sciences, because boy, is that a minimalist label. It doesn't even have the whole title. It just says Star Wars. Okay. Star Wars it is. It's how my son, who is almost 3, refers to anything like this shirt. He'd go, Star Wars. That's what this is. This is, do you want to watch Mythology of Star Wars? Star Wars. That's basically what you got here as far as the labeling goes. Content exactly identical to this one. Another thing that is kind of cool about this one, though, this earlier one, is it does have a copyright warning that's not just on the video. It's written out on a slip of paper and stuck inside the case. So you've been warned. Don't copy it, don't distribute it, blah, blah, blah. You've been warned in writing. So yeah, if you're looking for the Mythology of Star Wars with George Lucas and Bill Moyers, this is probably the easiest way to get it these days and be able to actually watch it. But if you have a VHS player, a VCR still in your hands, then 2000 and 1999 both had releases, identical content, different packaging here of that special. It is definitely worth a watch if you're into that sort of thing when it comes to the behind-the-scenes philosophy of the Star Wars saga. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.